Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, have you heard what Johnny Depp just did? Yeah, the Hollywood legend himself shared something so personal, so unexpectedly heartfelt, that fans everywhere are still talking about it. Now, I know we see celebrity posts all the time, selfies, promo shots, behind-the-scenes teasers, but this one? This one felt different. It wasn't about a movie or a new project. It wasn't polished or filtered to perfection. It was honest. It was raw. It was real. And that's exactly why we're talking about it today. Because this post has people asking, what did Johnny Depp actually say? Why did he say it? And what does it reveal about him right now? Stick around, because by the end of this video, we're not only going to unpack what he said, but also what it really means. And there's a small detail, a little surprise twist, that most people completely missed when they first saw it. Alright, let's get right into it. So picture this, you're scrolling through Instagram, and suddenly you see a new post from Johnny Depp. Naturally, you expect something artsy, or maybe a movie poster, or even a behind-the-scenes moment with his band. But this time, it's different. It's a simple post. No heavy filters, no dramatic captions. Just Johnny, sharing a message that's straight from the heart. He posted about an event, not a Hollywood red carpet, but something far more grounded. It was for the Celia Hammond Animal Trust, a charity that rescues and cares for animals in need. He shared a few pictures, smiling warmly, looking relaxed, and his caption read something like, "For the Celia Hammond Animal Trust. Thank you for having me." That's it. Simple words, right? But sometimes the most powerful messages are the simplest ones. Now, you might be thinking, okay, he's just saying thank you. But let's look closer. This wasn't a random post. Johnny could have easily skipped the thank you note and just uploaded the photos. But instead, he took the time to write something personal. That small gesture says a lot. It shows gratitude. It shows humility. And maybe even a touch of healing. Because for someone like Johnny Depp, who's been through intense public battles, court cases, and endless headlines, this post feels like a deep breath. Like he's saying, hey, I'm still here. I still care. I still believe in good things. You can almost feel the emotion behind it. This kind of post reminds people that behind all the fame and chaos, there's still a human being. Someone who's been through storms but still finds time to show kindness. And maybe that's why it's striking such a chord. So let's break this down a bit more. First, the message itself, it's not promotional. It's not a brand deal or a teaser for a movie. It's gratitude. That alone makes it stand out. In a world where celebrities often post for engagement or attention, Johnny just posted a thank you. That's the kind of authenticity people are craving. Second, the tone. He didn't sound like a superstar talking to fans, he sounded like a friend sending a note to say thanks. No big PR polish, no exaggerated emotion, just calm, kind, and sincere. Third, there's the timing. And this part's really interesting. Why now? Think about what Johnny Depp has been through these past few years, the defamation trial with Amber Heard, the endless online debates, the media circus that followed every single move he made. It was exhausting, not just for him, but for anyone watching. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, we get this quiet, gentle post. No drama. No defense. Just gratitude. That timing feels intentional. It's like he's saying, I'm moving forward. I'm focusing on better things. Maybe he's found peace, or maybe he's still finding it. But this post feels like part of that journey. And that's what makes it so special. Let's be real, when someone goes through something tough and then chooses to focus on kindness instead of anger, that says a lot about growth. It's powerful. Now, let's talk about how people reacted. Fans went absolutely wild over it, in a good way. The comments were filled with messages like, "Pure Depp, so humble, we missed this side of you," and "This made my day." People loved seeing him like this, calm, collected, and human. Some fans said it reminded them of why they admired him in the first place, not just for his acting, but for his heart. Of course, there were skeptics too. Some wondered if the post was part of a PR strategy. Is this just an image rebuild? Is it genuine or just good timing? Fair questions, honestly. But here's the thing, sometimes, authenticity isn't about whether something's perfectly planned. It's about how it makes people feel. And judging by the reactions, people felt something real. They felt connection. Even if you're not a Johnny Depp fan, you can probably relate to this on some level. You know when someone you respect, maybe a celebrity, maybe a teacher, or even a family member, shares something unexpectedly personal? Suddenly, they don't feel so far away. That's what this post did. It pulled him back down to earth. It made him relatable again. So, now that we've unpacked what he said, let's talk about what it means for us. Because yeah, this is about Johnny Depp, but it also teaches something about connection, gratitude, and authenticity, especially in a world dominated by social media highlights and filters. When someone you admire opens up or shows genuine emotion, it's easy to scroll past it. But sometimes, that's exactly when you should pause. Because those are the moments that remind us everyone, no matter how famous, has feelings, regrets, and moments of reflection. And maybe the reason Johnny's post hit so hard is because it feels like something we all need right now, a reminder that kindness still matters. Now here's something interesting. Experts say when high-profile people express real gratitude publicly, it actually changes how people feel about them. Psychologists call it emotional proximity. Basically, when someone famous opens up or says thank you in a sincere way, it closes the gap between them and the public. It makes us feel closer to them, like we understand them a little more. That's exactly what Johnny did here. Without saying too much, he invited people back into his world, but this time, on a softer, more personal level. And maybe that's why his fans reacted so warmly. Alright, let's turn this into a few practical takeaways, little lessons we can all learn from what Johnny just did. First tip, when someone shares something meaningful, look for the why behind their words. Don't just focus on what they said, think about what they might be trying to express beneath it. Johnny's post wasn't just about thanking an animal charity. It was about reconnecting. About being grateful. About showing the world he still has compassion. Second tip, pay attention to tone. His message didn't scream, "Look at me." It whispered, "Thank you." That difference in tone is everything. It's what makes something feel authentic instead of attention-seeking. Third tip, when you share something personal, whether online or with your friends, acknowledge how others might feel reading it. Gratitude connects people. A simple thank you or moment of vulnerability can leave a stronger impact than a dozen perfect selfies. And here's something experts agree on, when you open up with sincerity, people remember that. You create trust. You don't have to be a celebrity for that to matter. Even in your everyday life, small moments of honesty go a long way. Another lesson we can take from this, sometimes, the first step toward rebuilding trust or connection is just showing up. Posting something kind, sharing a moment of appreciation, or simply saying thanks. Think about your own social media for a second. When's the last time you posted something genuinely personal, not to impress people, but to share how you really felt? Maybe it was a thank you to friends, a reflection on a tough time, or a shout out to someone who helped you. That's the energy Johnny's giving here. Now, here's a little pro insight that many people don't realize. Posts like Johnny's often act as the beginning of a new chapter. The first message is usually just a gentle introduction to a shift in tone. The real proof comes in what follows. So, keep an eye on what he posts next. If this new energy continues, gratitude, compassion, humility, it'll show this isn't a one-off moment. It's genuine change. And honestly, that's something refreshing to see in Hollywood. Now, before we wrap up, let's circle back to that idea of the surprise twist. Here's what a lot of people missed: this wasn't just about thanking a charity. It was also about identity. After years of being painted one way in the media, villain, victim, rebel, misunderstood genius, this post was Johnny's way of reclaiming his own voice. He didn't need a press conference or an interview. Just a few heartfelt words on Instagram. Sometimes, that's all it takes to start rewriting your story. And if you think about it, that's kind of powerful. Alright, so what can we take away from all this? Maybe it's this: being real still matters. Gratitude still matters. And even the biggest stars in the world sometimes just want to say thank you. And honestly, it's nice to see. So now I want to hear from you. When was the last time someone you admired posted something personal that really made you stop and think? Maybe it changed how you saw them. Maybe it made you respect them even more. Share it down in the comments. I'd love to read your thoughts. And if you enjoyed diving into this story with me, then you're going to love our next video. We're breaking down how celebrities rebuild their image after scandals, and trust me, some of their strategies will surprise you. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button if you found this interesting. It really helps the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss more breakdowns like this. And tap that bell icon so you'll get notified as soon as the next one drops. Thank you so much for watching and spending a few minutes with me today. Whether you're here for the gossip, the psychology, or just a good story, I'm glad you're part of this little community. And remember, sometimes the quietest posts say the loudest things. See you in the next one.